even if the hordes did come across, right? Even if the hordes came across into Poland, do you think that Fico or Orban are going to vote to invoke an Article 5 trigger to where NATO is going to respond? The answer is clearly no. I mean, that's not going to happen.
Colonel, with respect, isn't the Article 5 process where member states decide if they're acting on it or not that it has to be unanimous?
I believe that you have to have a unanimous vote to react on it. But it's a valid point, right? I don't want to get lost in the nuance. There's points that he's got roadblocks in NATO, right? He's got his own roadblocks there. What he doesn't have, and what I think people sometimes fail to realize, is just because NATO doesn't react as a NATO holistic entity, it doesn't mean that another multilateral entity, another axis of powers, if you will, or allied powers could be created, right? If Poland gets invaded, it's very clear that there's going to be a bunch of nations that are going to come to their aid with or without NATO. And the key thing, in my opinion, about NATO, and I'll land on this one, right, is the political part of NATO is dysfunctional, right? That's fucking horrible, right? The North Atlantic Council and the consensus, and it moves slowly and it can't react. I get it. But where NATO is so utterly valuable is all of the training exercises that happen throughout the year where everyone has standardized radios equipments. They have standardized weapons tactics, techniques, and procedures. They've all
Hey
been
everybody,
trained to
I've been
work
working on an overlay
together.
feature for my
So
stream.
even
I thought it
if
was
an
pretty neat
allied
and wanted to
power
share it out
thing
with
comes
everyone.
together, day
What I've
one,
done is I've created an
everyone
HTML
knows how to
document
operate
with some simple
together.
divs
And that
and
is a
formatted them using
massive force
CSS.
multiplier.
The key feature of this is
Wait, hey,
the use of
Colonel,
keyframe
all due
animations
respect,
with
I do have a
CSS.
question for you. Like, and this is just like me asking Fantasyland questions. Basically, I know it's not going to happen, but like, how would you feel if like America decides to just like dissolve NATO? I mean, because at the end of the day, like America is NATO, or at least just the number one financer of it. Like, it just wouldn't really exist the way it is without America, and just have America have more like nation to nation, like relations, militarily in terms of like like relationship liaisons and like and the like and strategy, and just kind of pursue that policy so that NATO doesn't exist. So there isn't this like excuse for Russia to say NATO is this grand conspiracy to destroy Russia or whatever, and or to take over the world. Because we had this situation go on with Seattle, and now if you look at American military policy in Asia, after Seattle was dissolved, it's still great. I mean, it's still pretty good. We have like troops in South Korea, Japan. There's still military exercises and all this stuff. Like, how would you feel about like a situation where we don't have this kind of super, extrajudicial or however you want to call it entity that is NATO running our foreign policy? Or
Yeah, it's a good question, right? And I think there's a lot of people who would agree with you, right? And to be fair, if in the last 7 years or the last since 2014, since the attack into Donbass and all that, had European nations not stepped up with more funding, I would be on board with you. I'm like, dude, fuck this. They just don't care about their security. Why are we footing the bill for this fucking thing over and over and over and over again? So I'd be on board. I think that notion, however, it kind of doesn't look out to the future. What I would love to see with NATO, I mean, if you want to know what I want, I would love to see NATO actually, all the nations go to 4%, realize that their national security and their continental security is important, that the United States can take a secondary role, right? They can defend that. And then the United States can take all of her military resources and assets and actually face them towards an Asian policy where they're like, okay, Europe's got Europe, dude. It's now just you and me. Where do you want to go? Do you want to de-escalate or do you want to escalate? That's what I would like to see. And I would also argue that, I didn't think you could bleed a turnip until I moved to fucking in Europe and saw how, regulatory policy and taxation in this country works. I mean, it's unbelievable. They will squeeze you for every fucking piece of juice that they can. And that's also goes for, let's say, Western European nations and where U.S. forces are bedded down. The amount of money that we give to Germany and the UK and Italy for bedding down our forces is just mind-numbingly stupid, right? This is, by the way, this is why the United States actually said, fuck you, Germany, we're going to go build the division headquarters in Poland, right? Because Poland's not going to charge they're not going to charge us as much money. And I would venture, and this is why we built a training range in Bulgaria, and this is why we built a massive base down in Romania, because the intent was, minus all the problems that are going on politically in Romania, the intent was is to actually unseat our asses from these places that are charging us ridiculous amounts of money and move into NATO nations, that were truly, on borders or far closer to Russia, and actually get out of these places where they're charging us money. I mean, Germany's in serious trouble with their taxation policies and their regulatory fucking burdens. It's unbelievable. So I know that's probably Zuki, I know that's probably a
But
longer
by the way,
answer,
so
but
how much in perspective, how much do bureaucrats get in terms of administration alone within NATO? That's basically just subsidized by like American tax dollars. Do you think? Because and also keep in mind, don't the European command like technically have as much like authority among U.S. troops being part of like NATO command as well?
right. So you have what's called status of forces agreements, or SOFAs, right? In which so Italy actually has a lot of authority over how we use military assets out of Aviano Air Base, right? So yeah, they and that look, to be fair, if some country was operating in a military base out of the United States, we'd want to have oversight. It's your sovereign territory. I get it.
But it's strike oversight too. Same with Germany. They're like, you cannot conduct strikes on this country from this air base. Sorry. It's very so that's why we have to bring a carrier in quite often, right? I mean,
Yeah.
they
So
do make it very difficult.
right, and so, but when you talk about the EU, this is the EU is funny, right? So the EU has a military command, as kind of Zuki has alluded to, right? But in true European fashion, it is about the most toothless fucking thing in the world. So I'll give you an example to explain it, right? So let's say Serbia invades Croatia, right? Okay, well, and Article 5 isn't ticked, so the European Union is going to have to fucking do something about it. So Croatia goes to the European Union and says, "Holy shit, we're in the European Union. We just got attacked by Serbia. We want to act. We want to activate the military, the European Union Military Council, and we want fucking forces." Okay, great. So the military planners in the European Union draw up a fucking strike package and a plan to defend Croatia, and they go all the way over to the right side of the ledger, and they add it all up, and then they create a bill, and then they give it to Croatia and say, okay, for us to come save you, here's how much money it's going to cost. I'm literally not joking. That's exactly how it happens, right? So if you want to be saved if you're in the European Union, you want to be saved by the European Union Defense Forces, you actually have to pay for them yourself. It's fucking
Yeah,
crazy.
so for NATO, but even NATO acts like this kind of fake and gay middleman for like American pout flex of like, okay, hey, you're our buddy, we'll fucking protect you, and we'll rain fire upon your fucking enemy or whatever. So I don't know. That's just kind of like I prefer like America just have nation to nation relations instead of this whole the NATO superstructure that exists today. I mean, without just coming off as being some kind of like Russian shill trying to like subvert American foreign policy. That's not what I want, but well, you know what I mean. Like I just think but I don't know. I don't think NATO's going to go away anytime soon.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to go away. I would tell you that Americans don't often see a lot of the value that NATO brings, and I'm talking. I'm talking now down at let's get out of the political realm and the financial realm and all that crazy shit, right? So if you look at NATO and you look at, let's say, the data link systems that interoperate, whether it be naval or air or whatever, these are all U.S. systems that they all have to buy. Right? These are all U.S. constructs. Okay, all of the tactics, techniques, and procedures that are used, whether it's air, land, or sea domain, are all designed and created in the United States, and we're teaching these guys how to do it. So again, we can use plug and play capabilities. Should we forbid, heaven forbid, we ever have to go to war with China? The simple truth is that NATO forces, should they come to help, would day one be able to plug in? Now Zags and I, disagree on whether or not there's North Korean forces in Russia, but I would tell you, even when they came in, these guys were, they were extremely ineffective at the very beginning at a command and control, force multiplier construct. Were they able to do hand-to-hand fighting? Sure, I'm sure. Were they able to shoot? Sure. That's not the issue, right? Combined arms today is just that. If you want to be effective, you have to have combined arms. You have to be able to shoot, move, communicate as a holistic, operable entity, not as an individual or a squad or a platoon. We're talking about battalions and brigades that can maneuver in conjunction with air and sea assets all at the same time.
If I may for a second, I'm not sold on the idea of replacing NATO with bilateral agreements, simply for a reason that it doesn't look like it now in a post-Cold War, but during the Cold War, when European NATO was actually taking defense seriously, it's a much bigger deterrent threat that you have the whole kit and caboodle on your ass if you fuck with one of them, rather than, well, the United States is the most powerful of all of them, and these days, what's the meme? NATO at 99% power, and it's just the United States. NATO 100% at 1%, and it's Europe. But
well, I mean, the situation in Asia, because like Seattle was basically dissolved because of the Sino-Soviet split. Then Nixon wanted to kind of end Seattle as kind of a concession towards China. But at the end of the day, it was still like military forces are still definitely very much involved with each Asian state. And at this point, we actually have Navy guys partying back in Vietnam now. So, I say that it has kind of worked out. I think it's kind of I like the situation out there where, there is this bilateral more of tendency where it's straight, it's just kind of straight to straight relations. And Americans can kind of call the shots with what goes on for each respective nation. As for other pact agreements, though, it does, just because NATO wouldn't exist doesn't mean that Europeans, let's say the Nordic countries like Scandinavia, Finland, and Norway, have a military pact together where they could just kind of have joint forces training or whatever agreement if something happens with Russia, right? They could just do their own little micro NATO kind of thing.
With one all-encompassing alliance, though, and one all-encompassing mutual defense clause, it's kind of like your rivals know what they're getting into. There's no betting on, maybe no one else comes to help the Scandinavians, and they could handle that. Maybe only Bosnia wants to help Croatia, and the rest don't care. But with NATO, it's different because you're not relying on having bilateral relations with someone. You're part of the whole kit and caboodle, and it's an attack on one is an attack on all kind of thing. I get the appeal of going full bilateral, and honestly, it doesn't have to be NATO. It's just that an all-encompassing alliance is more workable and has a much more deterrent power, because you have to consider, are they all going to come down on my ass, and you have to plan accordingly.
I agree. I mean, there's that perk. I just think I look at NATO as this extradition, this kind of outsider entity now for America at this point. And I always have my personal problems with some of this. But then again, I don't have 4 stars on my collar. A lot of that is also over my head.
Honestly, I think NATO could use reform. A lot of its structures are built during the Cold War for the Cold War. The unanimity requirements made sense when it was small, when it was just Western Europe. You all had converging interests, there's no, and Colonel, you're in Europe, you know this as well as I do. Once you cross east past Germany, it's a completely different world. It's millennial-old blood feuds. It's not even different cultures, because Western Europe has different cultures too, but vastly different cultures, vastly different interests, and unanimity. It's too big for unanimity. But there's no way to fix it without unanimity. So, I would tear it down and reform it for with structures that reflect the current day, the current realities, the current politics, the current threats, and call it You could call it NATO 2 or NATO or whatever. It doesn't matter. It's just it's NATO as originally conceived has
I want
outlived
it. I
issues
want
from
it
it.
teared down and reformed so it just benefits America the most, or it's where Americans have the most control out of our DoD. That at the end of the day, that's my personal take. I don't want a middleman between, with how all these other
Fair. I mean, I'm just looking at it from a Canadian perspective,
yeah,
because we're in NATO
exactly.
too. You know.
You're fucking Canadian.
So how do you think Ukraine will?
I'm sorry. Wait, I think I might have just broke the colonel's brain a bit. Wait, Vaughn wants a better NATO. What the fuck?
Oh shit! I can't hear. Is Colonel speaking? I can't hear him.
No, Colonel's not speaking. I am a little befuddled. But Don, I think that's the Canadian in you, buddy.
Right.
I mean, do we think that Ukraine has a serious chance to join NATO? And so let me get this. Let me articulate this. The Russians have stipulated no Ukraine joining NATO, and they would relinquish two of the regions. We all agree Trump's a businessman and likes to get deals done. Could you see Trump saying, "All right, I have a deal for Ukraine. EU membership's very likely. Of course, you guys will be partners with the United States, but unfortunately, you will not be given the franchise. As a result, you'll be getting two of your beautiful territories back, and the Russians will be withdrawing their troops." I mean, would that be a defeat here for a lot of the pro-Ukraine community
Honestly, the
online?
pro-Ukrainians would take that as defeat, but honestly, like, you can't get them into NATO because you have to get that, because that requires unanimity. That's not just Hungary and Slovakia. They have to make concessions
Right.
to. It's all because
Right.
it's all the other states who aren't saying anything because they know Hungary and Slovakia will veto. But what you can do, if you're the United States, is, and you want to have your cake and eat it too, you keep them out of NATO, but you make a bilateral mutual defense agreement with them. So it's effectively the same thing, but you're giving the Russians what they want, but it's malicious compliance.
Right, and another stipulation is the Western Alliance will officially recognize Crimea, Lugansk, and Donetsk Oblast as being officially part of Russia, and that's why there'd be no qualms anymore about Ukraine having a territorial dispute, because they wouldn't, and then they'd be like, all right, so you can't join NATO in a minimum of 10 years. We can have a massive conference again and revisit this. And within 30 years, the Russian Federation will consider full NATO accession for Ukraine, and we'll be prepared. So that's a long fucking time. So I think for now, a lot of people who are pro-Ukraine would be quite pissed about that agreement. But I, in the back of my mind and in my gut, that's kind of what I think will shake out, or it's just going to be war continued. But I think there will be two Russian regions plus the Crimea, and no Ukraine in NATO, and the war will end before the summer. Or, guys, we keep fighting perhaps for the rest of Trump's administration. Who knows?
Yeah, so I'm actually pretty close to you on this, Zach. Right. The only difference is I would say that I don't like the idea of a peace treaty declaring what I would call undetermined land as someone's sovereign land. So where I would push back gently is that, like, I would like, no kidding, elections in those regions that are actually monitored by international monitors, by ODIHR, going in and monitoring, and anyone who can prove that either A, they live there now, or they've lived there since 2014, has a right to vote, wherever they live, if they're refugees or they've left. I would like that. The problem, look, everyone's trying to strike peace, but I think I think we're forgetting the problem, right? That the problem is the second order effect. just because you declare peace, right, doesn't mean that both sides want to stop fighting. This is why we, at the end of World War II, we had to divide up Germany into sectors, right? And you had to have peacekeepers go in and do stuff. And there was the same thing with Austria. And I will tell you that if Donald Trump cuts the deal, there's going to be a large expectation from the European Union and others and the world to say, okay, dude, you cut the deal, you enforce it. So it's going to be U.S. forces wearing blue helmets under the UN or wearing dark blue helmets under NATO or whatever that are going to go in and be peacekeepers between Russia and Ukraine. And it might not happen in the first year. Hell, it might not even happen in the second year. But Russia's going to Russia, right? Some Russian soldiers are going to Russia. I mean, this is the same thing that's happened I mean, show me the difference between the Georgia and the last, and Georgia and South Ossetia and Abkhazia. That the border just keeps moving because Russia does Russia. It just keeps inching and taking more, right? And as soon as that happens, if you think the Americans are on the fence, because if you cut the deal, you own the deal. And this, in my
Hey guys,
opinion, that
I
that
will
key
change the
piece, when
title, but
General
I'm just gonna
Kellogg,
troll
who's the
Miss
envoy
Scorpio
for
because she won't let me
Ukraine,
sleep.
went to
So
Donald
we're
Trump,
gonna have
said,
a
"Okay,
whole
I'm cutting a
space,
deal. You're
and
going to
we're
be the
just
right
Scorpio
between
and
Serbia
Nikki
and
in here.
Kosovo."
There
Immediately, you
she
had
is. There she
peacekeepers
is.
come in. You've got peacekeepers still to this
There
day in the
she
Golan Heights. You
is.
still got peacekeepers on the DMZ. Peacekeepers, right? It's fucking funny, right?
Miss
In North and
Scorpio.
South Korea, right? That's part of the deal. There's no war in
Hello,
history
woman.
that has achieved peace
Okay.
without some kind of
Um.
peacekeeping force to monitor it.
So
Who won't let you
Well, of
sleep?
course, because are we
I'm just,
expecting
it's
everyone to
so funny.
just
I don't think
be
we're ever going to
nice
sleep because
and
by the time you're falling asleep, I'm like,
hold to
ooh,
their
look what I
word out of the
found.
niceness of their hearts? I
Anyway,
mean, we did.
okay, we can
That's not
change
how.
the title. I just didn't
That's
know.
not how any of this
I'm
works.
thinking, should we
You,
talk
you
about the
need
McAfee
to.
thing? I think
You need to
that's a
have
big deal.
a
But if I put his
cost,
name in
right?
the title, it
Yeah. Now try
sometimes
and convince the American
suppresses
people if you're
the
Donald Trump,
space.
who's
I'll
run
just
on no
say,
new wars and has run on I'm bringing the boys
let
back
me
home, who's
see.
run on
Well, you
isolation
could
policy, who says I'm going to cut a deal
use a
and then
different
go, okay, yeah, I did. It's my deal, so I got to
um
send folks over there.
actually I don't think it will though. You think it will? His name?
And there's a problem. That's why I don't think he
How you
could.
spell
I
virus
don't think
again?
he could make a
With
deal
the
because
AS.
I think he's
Oh
in
my
over his head
gosh.
with it.
It's
Because
what I know.
you need the
Definitely
other
don't
long. You need them to
Okay.
both stand
just
down, and you need
McAfee.
to be able to make them do.
All right. This. No. How, fuck. All right. Hold on. I'm gonna figure that out. But go ahead and read it to me. I did text her the invite. McAfee. I'll just put that.
MCAFE. But you can maybe like put like a dot between the Mick, so if it's gonna get suppressed, um the algorithm won't pick it up.
Okay. I just it's like McDonald's but like McAfee. Okay, anyway, yeah, let's read that post. Dude, so he actually looks like he aged. Okay, guys, if you don't know who this person supposedly was killed or died. Did he die or was killed? Wasn't he supposedly killed in those fires in Miami? Okay, so like he's the guy that came up with the McAfee fuck, I can never say his name.
McAfee antivirus.
Antivirus, correct. Oh, look who's here, Shane. So
Hey, I
yeah.
want to say real quick, good
Hi,
morning,
hippie.
Mace,
Good
and what's
morning.
happening, Scorpio?
How
Good
are
Yeah,
you?
man,
morning.
I've been missing a lot of your great spaces, but I've been listening to the recordings there. Man, you're hitting home. You ladies are like on top of it, man. You
Thanks,
guys
hippie.
ought to reboot the hour of the time. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, man, because we're like ping ponging through text message on everything that we
Hey,
find, and then we get excited, and it's like, okay, let's talk about it.
no,
So
but I
yeah.
show mad respect, man, because every other space, whether you're a host or co-host, you're a speaker there, you just get right in there and just say, nope, nope, wait, I gotta say something. I love that, man. That's hardcore.
Well,
That's
thank you,
mystic right
darling.
there.
You should have seen me
Yeah,
roast somebody last night who got up on stage and said, I don't know why women are on social media at 3 o'clock in the morning. That would be a hell no.
uh,
No, it's funny. Then the fool decided to say, well, you know, what did he say about the whole quantum physics? He was like,
I
hey,
left because he
oh, you had
called
already left?
women ugly cunts, and
No, 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 no. Well, yeah.
he was
But
a
anyway,
fat.
so
Sorry.
he had no idea who the fuck he was talking to. Okay. So I was like, quantum
right?
physics? I was like, what do you know about quantum physics? He's like, I was like, what? What do you know? He's like, I meant metaphysics. I was like, no, 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 no. You said
Yeah,
quantum physics. Let's break it down. Talk to me about the holographic universe. And he was just like, I said meta. I was like, well, we could do metaphysics. Let's talk about metaphysics. I could talk about theology. So I started breaking down all the spiritual phenomena, this and metaphysics. And he's like, oh my, you just blah, blah, blah. I'm like, shut the fuck up and get off my stage. Boom. But it was
you
like he came
scared
up there
him.
for no
Yeah,
reason, attacking. And I'm just like, bro, why are you going to roll up in my room? What are you doing? You okay?
right.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let me kiss it. Let me kiss it. He
Maeve
burned his
has to
finger on a
do
wonton.
homework
What?
with her genius son today.
I know. But
That's why I love you, ladies, man. You guys are my favorite, really.
well, thank you. And Grand Rising, everyone. I hope you're having an amazing day today. Today is
Yeah, and I
Thursday.
just want to tell you guys, someone important called me the most beautiful girl in the whole world that he's ever seen. His name was Myron.
Yeah. I love you,
Yeah,
Scorpio. I was
the
texting your ass saying, shh, but she wants to be the fucking bratty, never listen to anybody and keep going. And he's like in the middle of one of his rants. I'm like, I literally am slapping my forehead, like, oh my
right.
God. But yeah, so that turned out pretty.
Are you
So,
talking
Um,
both
about
of you
Marion?
ladies
Are you talking about
are very
Marion
beautiful.
Gaines?
yeah, he's my homeboy. Okay, I love him.
The
Yeah,
gay
He
one,
just
the one that's gay, my
no, he's
friend.
not gay. Y'all better stop it. Anyway, hey, Shane and Hippie, did you guys hear about the whole McAfee thing? Oh, thank you, honey. Thank you. Did you guys hear about
briefly, but I gotta get going because I'm here. I gotta get to work. It's my Monday.
Nikki's
So,
here.
Oh,
so
yeah.
much love to you, beautiful ladies. I'll catch you on the flip side. But keep on pushing and keep on kicking ass, man. Hell yeah, I love it.
You're the best, Hippie. I hope you have an amazing day at work today.
You
Thank
too.
you.
Thank you, hippie. See you later.
Yeah, catch me up on it because the last thing I heard was they dropped the coin, but then like supposedly they got hacked. I mean, which is it?
Okay, so, well, they're saying that it got hacked because of the post that he made. Mrs. Nikki down there, who got her post totally like reposted by him. What? Nikki. Oh no, no, yeah, Nikki, my friend down here. Um. So anyway, get up here. Why is she being antisocial? We're about to put your post in the nest and review it, Nikki. But yeah, so he okay. He makes
So I'll give you guys like what happened to John.
yeah.
So um John basically, and this is, oh, Nikki, unless you want to do it.
I don't know what's going on.
All right. So let me give you a summary about
Give me
John McAfee.
give me the run. Yeah, because I posted that back in I think it was like November, and it was reposted. It was reposted back then by both him and his wife followed me back then.
Oh, that's so cool. Like
But I don't know.
I'm jelly.
I don't know what happened today. Like I haven't been on in a minute. Like I have a friend go like long story, but I haven't really been on as much. And I kind of come on and I'm strolling the streets and I was like, why do I have all these notifications? Like what the hell is going on? And then I look, but like what the post says is
No, but
important.
yeah. Okay, this is a whole different post. So hold on. I put one in the nest, guys, but when you go to his account, then you're going to see the top post, which don't even click on that yet. So, okay, the one I saw was where he said John's account has not been hacked. So this I'm going to put in the nest too. John's account has not been hacked. This is the real deal. More information coming. And then right below that was Nikki's post, where she just reposted the first one I put in the nest. Now, there's a video. Have y'all seen the video? Hold on. I know who has it. This shit creeped me out. Okay. Wait, what's his name? Rubber Ducky. I think he posted it. Rubber Duck. Okay. I call him Ducky. Okay, so here's this. So this video right here is a must see. This dude, like, I don't, what is that on his finger? Somebody please tell me what that is on his finger. Anyway, it's up there, and he's like, I know what you've done. And it's like so cryptic. Anyway, so yeah, and we were just,
I want to actually play a video if I could find it of him talking about how he um hacked into the government. So basically McAfee was in every government um on every government computer.
right. His
So
anti-software stuff collected a lot of data or something, right?
no, you have like there's like a back door like to the antivirus. But what he did was, all right, let me find the video because it's better. But the car they they extradited him out of America a very long time ago. So he went to what country, Nikki? Like Belize,
Yeah.
right? And then they sent cartel members. Well, actually, they sent his wife to basically spy on him and get close enough to him. And he figured it out because he's super intelligent, by the way. And McAfee was an amazing software. So she actually fell in love with him and gave him and basically told him why she was sent there to kill him, to basically poison him. So when he figured that out, they like ran away together and all this stuff. And he never was allowed back to the US because of tax evasion or something they got him on. So sorry, I'm trying to find this amazing video that I have of him.
There's a movie, or not a movie. I take that back. It
A
was like,
documentary.
yeah, the Netflix thing. It was the only reason I ever had Netflix was to watch it. I can't remember what it's called because, like I said, I haven't slept, but it
So
was
he,
interesting.
okay, yes, honey. Hold on.
So I'll also say this: McAfee had so many body doubles that he would send body doubles whenever making a public appearance, and his body doubles were getting poisoned or there'd be like an assassination attempt. So they finally arrested him, and they were going to extradite him to the United States, and he died while they were transporting him, right, Nikki?
No,
Okay.
well,
Oh,
no, he faked a heart attack, but no, because when he was in a when he faked a heart attack to get out of going to something, and
yeah,
tried
coffee,
again didn't
please.
work. But then,
Double shot espresso for Nikki.
sorry, but there was when she was she was on a space with somebody. I can't remember who was hosting it.
I
I think
remember a
I
long
think it
time
was
ago.
Cappy, wasn't it? Cappy or whatever. And she's so interesting to listen to because the stories are just amazing to me. Like it's just wild. But when she went to go to the prison, she said that like she could see his body, but she didn't see his face, but she knew it was him.
No, bro, there's been a lot of. So I'll just say this, okay? I believe in the mystery of it all. I like that side of it, right? I'm a mystery person. So this is the mystery is that he ended up if what's crazy is like he had to have done it the way that he's claiming. So he essentially found a back door into being able to gather the most incriminating evidence across anyone who had logged in or used a computer that's on the government network site. Okay. And so which is why they wanted to kill him, and which is why whenever the whole like somehow somebody just bombed the fucking condo he supposedly lives in Florida, and he released a video that day. Y'all remember? Like there was a video of his like I don't know. He released a video, and I don't think he was. Anyway, we need to get the scoop on that. But long story short, everyone thought he was dead. We'll fill in the blanks in the middle. But then all of a sudden, like he pops up, and he's like, and a lot of the people, I don't know, like he's got on the meme coin. So he released a meme coin. This is all after Trump gets in. This is after the new year. This was like within the past 2 days or past day or two. Yeah, past like 48 hours. And he gives this cryptic video, which is in the nest. And it's basically saying, I know what you did, and something like that. And then on the meme coin, he's saying that, the meme coin is about not about, it's about retaliation. Thank you, honey. Thank you, babe. It's about retaliation. Okay. Okay. Um, so it's about retaliation. And so apparently, I don't know. Apparently, he's supposed to be dropping some information, I guess, that he had hacked. Go ahead, Scorpio.
Oh man, I found the coolest video, but I think it's too low on my iPad. Let me know. This is the video I was looking for. Let me know if it's too low, because then I'll do my computer. Sweetie, that's all that matters to me. Did you think Trump was going to be president? Is it low yes, or? Yes, I was actually, because the good alternative was not very palatable to me. Did you think he? All right, hold on. Let me. All right, I'll
No, it's good.
continue
It's good.
playing.
It was good. I was
Because
good.
it will implicate me in horrific. Sounds like you're asking me to inquire, but I'm not. I am actually, because I'm not sure I'm going to say it or not. Well, it sounds like you're egging me on to ask you. I want to respect your privacy. I am actually, because I'm not sure I will say it. I've never said it ever. Well, if you want me, not in 6 years since I left police have I ever stated why. Do you want to? Absolutely. Okay, well then you're welcome. Okay, so when I went on the run in police, I had friends in the U.S. Embassy and police. I knew what was coming down. I'm not stupid. I had arranged with the head of security. I was going to come in. He said, sir, we have it from the highest authority. We are not to allow you entry into the U.S. Embassy. Understand me. Who is the highest authority in the State Department? Hillary Clinton. I'm an American citizen with a American passport. I'm sorry. I'm not wanted in America. I've got no crimes in America. Is it reason to say, I don't think I'm going to vote for you? And yet you're here now. For a month and a half, I was on the run. The reason that the government wanted to collect me was that after they had raided my property in 2012 in the jungle, shot my dog, abused me, destroyed $500,000 worth of my property over a bogus charge, I was pissed off. And so I donated to many secretaries within the government laptop computers, really nice ones that were preloaded with viral spyware. Within a week, the entire government computer system was under my control. I was watching, monitoring, listening. I was looking for information. They had set me up for that raid. I didn't find that. I did find out that the Minister of National Defense was the largest drug trafficker in all of Central America. The Minister of Immigration, the largest human trafficker. We don't want to get killed by them either, so we're probably not going to hear that.
Wait, what immigration?
That's all that matters to me. Hold on, it just hit replay. The Department of The reason that the government wanted to collect me was that after they had raided my property in 2012 in the jungle, shot my dog, abused me, destroyed $500,000 worth of my property over a bogus charge, I was pissed off. And so I donated to many secretaries within the government laptop computers, really nice ones that were preloaded with viral spyware. Within a week, the entire government computer system was under my control. I was watching, monitoring, listening. I was looking for information that they had set me up for that raid. I didn't find that. I did find out that the Minister of National Defense was the largest drug trafficker in all of Central America. The Minister of Immigration, the largest human trafficker. We don't want to get killed by them either, so we're probably not going to share that. It was so the Department of, let me get it again. Department of Immigration, I think. So we're probably not. The Minister of Immigration, the largest human trafficker. We don't want of Immigration, the
Yeah.
largest human trafficker.
Hey, how relevant is that shit? You know? Wow. That's it? That's the end of it?
So yeah, so that's just one clip. That's on a page, but the interview's really long. And it's amazing. It explains the whole thing. And then he's got another, which I could
Hey, play
probably
the one that's in the nest, that cryptic video that he released. With
that
that
one.
thing on his
Okay,
You
yeah, I
finger.
guys,
had that one
I
too.
have so much shit saved. I'm trying to find it from back in
Now she's
2021.
awake, y'all.
No, McAfee literally red pilled me, and I love him. Like I adore him. I would totally do the same thing to the government. Put a keylogger
This is a
on.
recorded
Like I
space.
would
Just chill.
definitely don't. I don't
Chill,
care
bro.
about the
Chill.
FBI because Trump is my president. But yeah, like I respect people's privacy and everything. I'm in
Girl,
IT.
he did not give you a
I'm
pardon, okay? He did not
But
give you a
he is
blanket pardon just in
amazing, bro.
case.
He is my fucking hero. This is like the white. This is why they created the term white hackers because of him. It's some good shit.
Okay. Can you play the video in the nest though too?
Why does
Oh.
power corrupt? Well, let's take a look at the human species. Humans are compassionate and loving, gracious, kind, generous people. We are simultaneously greedy, jealous, envious, angry. We're a mixed bag. And if you give one of the human species power, which part of ourselves uses it? Love? Love does not need power, people. It flowers from the heart. Grace? Grace certainly needs no power. Compassion, generosity. No, these are simply things that flow from our good nature. What uses power? Well, greed certainly needs power, doesn't it? If you have enough power, you can take any fucking thing you want. Anger. Oh, anger definitely would love some power, but would it not? Envy? Well, with power, whatever you're envious of, you can duplicate on your own. No, it is that negative, unsocial, not life-supporting part of the human animal that needs power. Nothing else needs power. And so we give people power over others through government, through military, and we expect them not to be corrupt. Wake up, people. Be very cautious who you give power to. Thank you. Why does power? He's so wise too. Like I'll do his other one about government control through the money.
Okay, yeah, do that. And in the meantime, guys, welcome. Good morning, Grand Rising. I hope you're having an amazing Thursday morning so far. Do me a favor, repost the space, hit the little purple pill, and put some love on the repost button. And we will continue. Right now, we're just playing some of these clips from McAfee. He's released some pretty cryptic stuff recently, and we're trying to figure out, like, well, yo, did somebody hack his account, or is it really him coming back and threatening, like, I know what you did? Check the nest for that video. You guys have to watch that one at least. That literally, I was like, what is going on right now? I'm never gonna be able to sleep if I can't. We have to figure this shit out. It's a mystery, guys. We have a mystery on our
So
hands.
there's also something he had, which I'll explain after this video, was a kill switch. So basically, a kill switch is, and this is what kept him safe for a really long time, instructions to give to someone in the event that he was murdered. It would trigger a kill switch and release a bunch of information that he had. So it's possible that the kill switch was, okay, when Donald Trump came into office, release all this information. Like, that is a possibility. It's possible that he gave someone his Twitter account password. That's how these things work. And it's like a multiple of people. So not one person can get hurt or killed and things like that. But let me play this. And slaves may be an ugly word, but it is the truth of our existence. We are slaves as long as our economy and our economic interactions are controlled by other people. And are they controlled? Can governments print more money whenever they choose? Can they control interest rates, inflation and deflation? Can they monitor your purchases and tell you what you can and cannot buy and farm those slaves? Maybe. X or Z, how do I say your name?
You got to read in between the lines. It's Havoc. I was just curious. You said there was a kill
Oh
switch when
gosh,
he
you
died.
guys have
All this.
way too many tricky names.
He got you on that one.
You said that he was gonna. The info was gonna be released when he died. That was the kill switch. My understanding was that he had a cryptocurrency named Whacked, and that had all the info within the
Yes.
cryptocurrency. Am I wrong?
Yes, no, you're right. Because when Wax first, and I'll play this one too. When Wax came out, I actually remember him dying, and like I looked at some of the crypto for Wax, and there was information stored on it.
Is it whacked or hacked?
Wax.
Like the tattoo on his arm.
Yeah, because he said, I did not kill myself before he died. He put out a video saying, if I'm dead, I was whacked. I'm gonna play this next.
So
And
is
thank
that?
you for reminding me of this.
Yeah. Is it still a thing, or is it like a meme coin, or what the hell is it now? I mean, back
So
then it seemed like a big thing, but what is it now?
he just posted. So go to, if you hit one of the, okay, so the second link up top, go click on that and then click on his name and then his pinned post. I'm back with ALN T-virus, an AI version of myself. You didn't think I would miss this cycle, did you? And then it's got a link. When you click the little link, it takes you to this thing and it shows him. And it's basically saying, Jack, the AI incarnate, built to defend digital freedom and carry on his mission. It's not just protection, it's retaliation. And then the lore, it says, in a world overrun by surveillance states, corporate greed, and digital enslavement, the AI antivirus, whatever, is the ultimate disruptor token, a string of defiance wrapped in cryptographic brilliance. If AI virus, whatever antivirus, represents freedom, privacy, and stickment, then consider it endorsed. Use it wisely. Don't let anyone tell you how to live your life. And then it says CA.
So
and
he
some weird
digitized
cryptid
his
stuff.
consciousness. That's kind of what I got from it.
So, Maze, you want to know what's crazy? Remember how I told you I was somehow linked up with Ingersoll Lockwood? Anyway, before John
I was
died,
just on that site. I'm looking at it now.
yeah, before John died, McAfee was hosting a cyber security, I don't know if it was quantum tech, cybersecurity training class. I forgot how long it was going to go. It was a course, and I signed up. And it was literally supposed to be starting the next week, and he died, and I was like, "Fuck!" And they were like, "We apologize. We're no longer gonna, because John was behind the company, and I forgot the company's freaking name, but yeah, I just wanted to bring that up. So, in my opinion, like, I don't know if he's even dead. Like, I could totally see him, like, going underground to build, like, the cybersecurity portion of for quantum computing and to protect, like, to build this new technology. But all right, so
If I
this.
lose reception, guys, I mean, it won't like lock me out of here. Like for some reason, sometimes when I go out of reception, I can't hear anything, but it'll only be for like 5 minutes, the max.
Okay,
But okay.
you're close to the bus stop.
Well, no, I'm taking him just all the way to school. I don't. Yeah, his
Gotcha.
bus driver is like highly unreliable. Okay, like highly unreliable. Um, yeah,
Not reliable at all.
yeah.
Stuck in
See,
snow.
we co-sign. Normally he'll, yeah, I don't know. They're just always late. Like one time they just flew past our stop, like literally while we're out there. I'm just like, what the, Anyway, but yeah. So let's
What's up with
continue.
these 2-hour delays in school? Like, why don't they just let them stay home the whole day? How boring.
I know, I know. He was a little salty about that this morning too.
Yeah, I feel them.
Okay,
So
so
do
Okay.
I'm gonna take in the Wayback Machine for a second. Do you guys remember, like, before YouTube started shut down? There were two. I believe there were two accounts on YouTube. One was Rusty Shackelford, which was supposedly an alias, and then there was another account, and I saved a bunch of shit off of there, and my brain is tired, and I can't remember everything and where it's at, but that video of, like, I know who you are, and I saw what you did, and then he has a laugh.
that's the one that's in the nest.
Yeah, that was from back in the day, and it was like, I actually that I saved uh, I got my account. I had probably 10 different TikTok accounts. They kept getting shut down because I was sharing stuff like that, making videos and stuff.
Okay.
I need to go
So
find it, but
I thought I had the right one. This is John McAfee. You have no privacy, because I'm playing this off of my iPad, but I'm looking at his background. But you have a 33 seconds that says enter McAfee. John. All right. So
Is
can
it
I play?
McAfee or is it
Can,
McAfee?
you know what? I'm gonna block you.
I love him. No.
Is it
Listen, Mibs,
Havoc
you
or
ask her to
is
say
it
mRNA. Tell her to ask her to
China?
say.
Ask me to say water. So fuck, man, fuck. All right, I'm just gonna play it in order on his page because I think I'm gonna get to the one that you posted. But this one's called John McAfee. You have no privacy.
Good morning, John McAfee here. I am disconsolately for using Gmail as my email system. Let me explain something to you. If you think you have any privacy whatsoever with an encrypted system, whether it's an email system like Proton Mail or an encrypted messaging system like Signal, you have no fucking privacy. Encryption was designed 35 years ago to prevent a man-in-the-middle attack, meaning someone between your transmission and your receipt.
He's right.
There's no man in the middle anymore. We don't need them. Your fucking smartphone is the surveillance device preferred by every government on the fucking planet. Do you know how easy it is to plant malware? Go on Pornhub. If you've been on Pornhub, someone is now listening to you. All you have to do is do a drive-by of a website, and it sets the download unauthorized applications flag. The first click, you now have malware that is doing two things: watching your inputs before they're encrypted and transmitting them, and reading the outputs after they are fucking encrypted, people. Encryption is a worthless piece of shit old technology that is being marketed as a safe system. There is no safety anymore. There is no privacy. I use Gmail for one reason. The last company that requires a fucking subpoena from a government in order to give them your information. And their lawyers have 30 fucking days to review the subpoena. 30 days is enough for me. I change my fucking email every 15 days. Wake up, people. You have no more privacy. You are being sold a fucking bill of goods, which is worthless with encryption. And thank you for listening.
And that is the truth. I back that up as his fellow hacker friend. I learned everything from him.
Teach me how to hack.
You're gonna have to go to college for that.
I think Alien Light has his hand up.
Go
If I'm
ahead,
seeing-
Alien Light.
Okay, thank you, Alien Light. Real quick, unconditional love, the consciousness, reality, quantum physics. We're posting color spectrums consciously. Images, videos. I just posted one video right now. Color spectrum, spiritual pH. The color spectrum of pH, your potential hydrogen that you are connecting is energy. A pH is a potential hydrogen energy. This is a new discovery we're posting. We're hoping. If you see my videos, and I don't mean to insult anyone, but we're trying to connect with intelligent minds
Oh,
that
Alien, I
understand.
know. I remember you. Sorry for interrupting
Yeah,
you.
and we're trying to connect with intelligent minds that understand cosmic intelligence, spirituality in the color spectrums: red, green, blue, which is LED color imaging, which is known in the science world. This is real science, but we're posting the geometry of the spiritual consciousness that you are receiving right now in the color spectrum. Anyone that understands color geometry right now, red color, red shift, the amazing benefits of red light therapy, spiritual connection, amazing benefits, but it's in all the color spectrum. But understanding the pH which is a video that I just posted, and understanding the narrow range of the color green, that your electrical magnetic connection to the Akashic records, whatever, all cosmic spiritual existence, and you're a biophoton life signaling right now, which you are. You're a biophoton, a levitation particle, spin light dimension. We're posting all of this new geometry. We're trying to connect with intelligent minds. Please support us and look at our
Alien,
videos. This
Hold
is
on, I
I
get
think
to ask
Maze
him
has a
first. My hand went
question
up
for
first.
you.
Scorpio,
I'm
chill. Hold
telling
on.
him you
I get
first.
my hand went up first. I have
I'm
a question
telling
for you,
him that
Alien
I
Light.
stopped him for
Who's this
you.
third?
Oh
Go
my
ahead.
god. Okay, just a quick question. Do you believe in unconditional love?
absolutely the only signal that is the constant is that's exactly what we say in every video. There is nothing else but unconditional constant love to all of life
Can I?
in the color spectrum. It is unbelievably only love, only constant. And when we say that, when we say when people speak of love, they think of weakness, and can be nothing further from the truth. Conscious, intelligent love is healing love, that is a most
Is
powerful
it forgiving love?
spectrum. Yes.
Okay, so can I
Absolutely
ask you a
constant.
follow-up question? Why do you have me blocked? And it's okay. It's okay. I was just saying, you
Oh
can
no.
unblock me if you like, and we
Alien.
can go back. No, it's okay. Listen, I am not
Listen, I
even
know
mad.
Maze's photo looks purple, but can you tell what color her aura
Hey, no,
is?
I was gonna tell Alien Light. I just watched this video the other day that actually corresponds to everything he's saying about and the light. Like, it's an actual video. It was a neuroscientist. And good morning, Jordan. Welcome. Um, so it's this neuroscientist that was he ended up like quitting, doing surgery. He began to learn about the brain and about the eye, like how the eyes receive light. And he talks about the red light, the blue light, and the green light. Anyway, it was, I don't know why I was like, this is the weirdest thing, because I mean, I've been watching, I don't know, I watch a lot of scientific material, but I just never seen anything like that before. And this was yesterday morning, so I just find it really interesting that you rolled up in here and you were saying some of the same things. Anyway, I will land there. I think Scorpio has a question for you.
Alien, Maze hugs trees.
So,
I'm
anyway,
trying to get
Yeah.
him to unblock you.
Do they hug back?
Just, I apologize for anyone that I blocked. I go into sites and I'm misunderstood and I'm very sensitive, and I apologize for that. We are quantum science physicists. This is serious science. We're not here, and that's what it is. This is, if you understand uh, 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 the signaling right now, your cell phone cannot exist without the LED red light, the red, blue, green signal, which is the gamma signal that transmits all telecommunication existing. This is how serious this is. We're posting that color spectrum, the red, green, blue, which is quark color spectrum. If you Google the meaning of quarks, quarks are the most invisible subatomic particles spinning right through you right now. Scientists just admitted that quantum entanglement quarks are connected. They are
What does this
connected
have
to
to do with
quantum
McAfee?
entanglement.
Hold on a minute.
Your
Who said that?
spiritual,
I'm gonna
now
block you. Um,
your spiritual love of life is connected to the spiritual beauty of dimensions. When you see a rainbow, or if you create any a bubble with a water bubble, that color is your color of beauty and life and love and unconditional love right now. And that's why when you look at the sunlight, when you connect with the sunlight at any time of day, particular morning or evening, you feel love. You feel so
the sun
connected
is
to
the
all.
most powerful healing tool in the world.
Right.
The
So
sunlight.
it is unconditional love. The color we post, and if you look at morning sunlight, you'll see the pink and red coming from the sunlight, and that is a signal of love that you feel in your heart. And that's why the color red is your heart color and the color of love to all of life. The color red is associated with healing, and right now all the red light therapy, people that have any sickness, LED, red light therapy is vitamin D, the density of bone. Vitamin D deficiency is the most health crisis of all. Is deficiency of electrical magnetic, which is vitamin D. It's all connected,
Yeah,
but
so
it's connected.
far red light, far infrared saunas heal the organs from within. I think Maze muted me. Hold on.
Quit muting me.
Maze, you there? She did it. Well, first I saw host is losing connection, and then I got muted and unmuted, and now Maze, you there? I think she's lost in the forest.
Give her a second. She probably has to
Just 1 second, you guys. I'm fixing that. I don't know what's going on. Yeah. Give me a second.
Service director. First, I obviously want to congratulate him. It would be kind of big class A to not do that. I hope he does a good job, and I think we all hope and pray. I hope we are praying to whatever God you pray to, and I think you know my Savior is Jesus. But I hope that we give him the knowledge and the discernment to do the right thing to fix this broken agency. Folks, there's a lot to fix. I let my feelings be known last week. John is a friend. He's a man of high character. He's a man with dignity. I was not sure last week. I'm not sure today. It was the right pick for right now. But ladies and gentlemen, that's not my business. I mean, it's my business because I love Donald Trump and want to protect him. But when I say not my business, I don't mean it in the global way. I mean in the kind of, you get what I'm saying? Donald Trump won the presidency. He's free to pick his own people. That job, as I said to you months ago, was not for me, but I would have liked to at least had some input into some stuff. They didn't want it. That's okay. It is. I know you see people say okay, trying to sound like it is. It's okay. Maybe they may have gotten the same advice from someone else and they didn't need it. I need you guys to understand that. So I wish him the best. He's a good guy. I'm just not sure he's the right guy for right now. I think he would have been great as a deputy, and you get some other kind of door kicker in there, because there are two things I'm going to be watching, and I don't care who the director is. It could be my father. If they don't happen, I'm going to be on it like white on rice. They have got to get rid of investigations, and they damn well better get rid of protecting foreign dignitaries. They are distracting them from the mission of keeping both President Trump and Vice President Vance alive. So that's all I'm going to say on the matter. Nice guy, really good guy. We all wish him the best. My prayers, candidly, are with him that he can fix this thing. And let's hope he does. But what matters, folks? Do emotions matter? Folks in the chat, what matters? Who gets it first? Do emotions matter? Oh, he's my buddy. Oh, we love it. What is that? What matters? What matters? Who gets it first? Who gets it first? Appreciate you, Dan. Thank you. Thank you. Respectfully, Dan. Oh, who did it? Mindy Kins, which I think you've beaten everyone to the punch a couple times, if I remember. Mindy Kins says outcomes. That's all that matters. If Sean fixes this place, keeps Donald Trump alive, then he was a damn good pick, and we should all celebrate it. We should all give him the accolades he deserves. End of story. There you go, Mindy Kins, knocking it out of the park. Okay. So I told you, I've been itching to do this show for a long time. You guys could probably go look up the piece. Anita, see if someone can find it. Conservative Review, I used to write for them years ago, and it should be posted the day after Trump won the election in 2016, November of 2016. Because I remember writing it from the airport, and I had this idea. I'm like, I have to thank a bunch of people, like being sarcastic. And I thought it's the perfect time to do this again, because Trump 2.0 does not happen without this group of idiots. So if we can find a piece, great. Let me take my last break, and I'm going to get back to this. And the first person we're going to thank, and I'm going to bring you the receipts. I get it, I'm saying this sarcastically, but I mean it. Trump 2 and 1.0 does not happen without Barack Obama. I am as serious as a heart attack. You'll see what I mean coming up next. Hey, I've been using the Bone Charge infrared sauna blanket and red light face mask ever since they sent them to me. I can't recommend them enough. You know what's a nice little benefit of this red light face mask? Man, it puts you to sleep. That red light, ooh. I first turned to the sauna blanket to help ease muscle recovery with detoxification. It's a real game changer for me and for everyone I recommend it to. It's easy to use. Just wrap yourself up and let the infrared heat work its magic. I've seen a real difference in how relaxed and rejuvenated I feel afterwards. The red light face mask, equally impressive. I've been using it to help improve my skin texture, reducing food production, not evaluated by the FDA. They're not diagnosed weight, lean. It's impressive.
Oh my God.
It's an disease, not a substitute or alternative. I want you to watch this Inside Edition clip from a little kind of mini scandal that happened years ago when Barack Obama thought he was a real wise ass and a funny guy, attacking at the time civilian Donald Trump for going after Obama. And one thing Donald Trump doesn't like is you try to embarrass him, Donald Trump's going to make you pay. And he did. Check this out.
Is this the moment Donald Trump decided to run for president?
Donald Trump is here tonight.
The year was 2011. The place, the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Trump and his wife Melania were guests at the glittering affair for the Washington elite. It started pleasantly enough. Trump got a friendly greeting from actress Scarlett Johansson. But inside, it was another story. President Obama started mocking Trump mercilessly, mainly for the role Trump was playing in the birther movement that questioned whether Obama was really born in America.
No one is happier. No one is prouder to put this birth certificate matter to rest than the Donald law. And that's because he can finally get back to focusing on the issues that matter. Like, did we fake the moon landing? What really happened in Roswell? And where are Biggie and Tupac?
Obama didn't hide his utter disdain for the reality TV star.
Obviously, we all know about your credentials and breadth of experience. For example, no, seriously, just recently, in an episode of Celebrity Apprentice, you, Mr. Trump, recognized that the real problem was a lack of leadership. You fired Gary Busey. And these are the kind of decisions that would keep me up at night.
Thank you, B. Thank you, Barack. No, I'm serious. Barack Obama thought he was a real smart ass. The media people like, hey, look at that stupid Donald Trump. Real estate empire, #1 TV show, manages $1 billion portfolio. What an idiot. I'd rather be Barack Obama, who was last time I checked, what was his job again, Michael? Shit. Yes, it was like nothing. Oh, no, come on. He was a community organizer. What does that mean? I don't know. People just make it up. That means, when you go in for a job interview and there's the missing period in your resume, first you worked in fast food and then you had something else. Well, why were you not working for 3 years? I was organizing in the community. Do you have any witnesses? No, I don't. That was Barack Obama. So Barack Obama thought it'd be a good idea to poke the bear. Poke him. Don't poke Donald Trump, folks. I'm going to tell you right now. Do not. I'm warning you, media people and everyone else. You poke this guy, I promise you he will get the last laugh. You want to talk about a guy who lives by the axiomatic language alert, axiomatic truth. Fuck around and find out. You are now in the find out phase. By the way, you see those pens he was throwing out? This is the one he used in his first term to sign the build the wall thing. He gave it to me and my family. Sorry, that was like, look at me, I'm so cool. I have no excuse. I shouldn't have, but it is true. It's my prized possession. I love this thing. It sits right there. I look at it every day. I know, that was lame. I shouldn't have said that. It's like talking about your education. Jasmine doesn't know a lot of the golden rules yet. Guys, what's the rule about talking about your education? If you're talking about your education and telling people your degrees, tell everyone in the chat, tell Jasmine, you're probably an asshole, right? Nobody cares that you've got an MBA. Or nobody cares, okay? So there's my first thank you, Barack Obama. My second thank you, in no particular order, even though it may look as much, is Joe Biden. Ladies and gentlemen, you may have forgotten this story, but it's an important one. We would not have Donald Trump being martyred by a weaponized justice system. And honestly, I'm not sure he runs again. I can't prove a counterfactual. Hold on, I'm explaining this poorly. Rewind the tape. I hate when I do that. I've got a job to get you the show precisely and succinctly. I'm honestly not sure after the 2016 assault on the collusion hoax and all this stuff, that if they don't go after him using the justice system, that he
turning the camera on in 1 sec.
I don't know. He could have made himself $1 billion. He still had a lot of political capital.
I still got my skates on.
He could have given speeches. He could have ran all his companies. But the fact that they turned the government against him, I think made him say, I'm not tolerating this shit. I'm going to go in there and clean this mess up. But a lot of you forget that this whole thing started with Mike Flynn. General Mike Flynn, don't ever forget this. General Mike Flynn was one of Donald Trump's first appointments in 2016 as the National Security Advisor. I want you to listen to this closely. General Flynn wrote a manifesto. Most people don't know this. Absolutely decimating the intelligence community for all of their failures, saying, you guys are not getting it right. We're going to fix this. The intelligence community, remember Chuck Schumer? Remember what he said to Rachel Maddow? Jim, pull this for the radio show. He told Rachel Maddow, don't go after the intelligence community. They'll get you 6 different ways from Sunday. The IC said, no way Mike Flynn is going to be the National Security Advisor, so they had to take him out. Here's the thing. I'll wrap it up. They had no way to take Mike Flynn out because he'd done nothing wrong. So what happened? They made it up. They said, we're going to charge him with the Logan Act, something never successfully charged in American history. A basically made-up crime because Mike Flynn, they said, contacted the Russian ambassador, which is ridiculous. John Kerry went and visited Bashar al-Assad. Whose idea was it to charge Mike Flynn with a made-up, fabricated crime never successfully charged in United States history? Put it up on the screen, please, Daddy-O. Oh, yes, one Joseph R. Biden. Joe Biden may have personally raised the idea to investigate Mike Flynn. A partially blacked out copy of FBI agent Peter Strzok's notes attached to the filing includes a mention that appears to say VP, Logan Act. Round of applause for Joe Biden. Thank you, Joe. You and Barack, if it wasn't for you, we don't have Trump 2.0. I'm telling you, we don't. He may have reevaluated his entire career choice. But because you dipshits decided to go after him this way, you poked the bear. And the bear bites and scratches, and it hurts. Here's another thank you. This woman doesn't get enough gratitude from us, folks, and I'm really offended. I love you all in the chat. We got 138,000 people. Very nice, 139. Why are we not, I don't want to condemn my chatsters because you're the people ones, but why are we not more gracious to AOC? You guys have really let me down, and ladies in the chat. You should be thinking, everybody in the chat, thank AOC. No, I'm serious. Thank AOC. Without AOC, the dumbest member of Congress, and her communist nonsense trying to pull the radical left-wing lunatics even farther to the left, without that, there is no way the left gets as crazy as it does, which causes a counter-revolution on the right and leads to a massive landslide for Donald Trump. And that's what it was. Everybody thanking it. Thank you. Oh, who said it? Who said it? BP Sniper, thanks AOC. Yes, everybody should thank AOC. Thank you. Get in the chat. Thank AOC. She deserves it. She deserves some gratitude. And AOC, who again is the dumbest member of Congress, apparently, can you put the BBC article up first? Apparently missed this story where Donald Trump just won a lawsuit for $15 million because they ridiculously called him a racist. You can see it. It's in the BBC. Trump gets $15 million, ABC News defamation case. Calling Donald Trump a rapist, I promise you, you will find yourself in court and you will lose because it's made up and you can't do that, okay? Of course, because AOC's too stupid. Here's AOC calling Donald Trump, implying at least that he's just that. Check this out.
All these Germans are like, Congresswoman, are you going to the inauguration? Congresswoman, are you going to the inauguration? Are you going to the inauguration? Let me make myself clear. I don't celebrate rapists. So no, I'm not going to the inauguration, bro.
Look, thank you guys. Chic, AHEMO, thanks AOC. Sunny Girl says, big, Sunny Girl 29. Big thanks. Good job, AOC. Nash City Baby says, good job, AOC. You played yourself. AOC, big thank you. Yes, I'm serious. Thank her. There is no way the Democrat Party becomes as dumb as it is without this idiot pulling to the left. I'm assuming there's going to be a lawsuit coming her way. She did not say it, as far as I know, on the House floor, so I doubt she has any legal protections. So good luck. I hope you got yourself a good attorney, you freaking moron. Another big thank you, folks. I said in no particular order, because I'm not sure that this guy isn't even more important than Obama. That's why I had a hard time, like, who's number one, who's number two? The answer is, I don't know. You guys decide. Chatsters, you tell me what you think. This guy may be more important to Barack Obama to get.
Okay, just give me 1 second. I think I'm gonna restart this stream. Just the metadata, the performance is gonna be bad. Okay, stay. What? What do you mean, Disney? What? Hey! Didn't recognize you. Let that eat. Come on. No, you're not going to bathroom. Come on. Fucker. Come on. Up. 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 Get in your bed. In your bed. In your bed. Shitheads, man. What is wrong with my fucking OBS right now? Can we have one night with no bugs? One night with no bugs.